In this video, I'll introduce you to the multiplied hot and cold numbers roulette system, a roulette strategy designed to capitalize on a unique online roulette type that boosts the winning numbers multiplier up to 100 times. Throughout, I'll weigh the pros and cons of this method, so make sure you watch till the end to catch every crucial detail. Welcome to Ninja Gamblers, the ultimate destination for quality casino content. Here you can find the latest info and strategies for roulette, blackjack, poker, slots, and more. If you want to stay ahead of the game and be best equipped to try and beat the casinos, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. In the link in the description of this video, you can also find a link to our Telegram channel, where we share extra content that never makes it to YouTube. And you can also find a list of safe licensed casinos we recommend, with free money bonuses that they offer. Alright folks, this is the kickoff to a series of new strategies I'll explore in the upcoming months. Today, our spotlight is on the multiplied hot and cold numbers strategy. It's actually a variation on the conventional hot and cold numbers strategy, which I've been meaning to cover for a while. So essentially, we'll dive into the multiplied hot numbers first, then segue into the traditional hot and cold numbers in another video. The multiplied strategy hinges on a special roulette variant that offers multiplied numbers, meaning that if you hit the winning number, you don't just get the standard multiplier, but a boosted one. The ideal fit for this method is a specific roulette game called Spin and Win. However, you could also use the Lightning Roulette, but it's slightly different. I have marked which certified casinos have this type of roulette in the list in the description. If you're unfamiliar with my list, here's a quick primer. There's a lot of casinos online, but many of them are unregulated. Engaging in such casinos can be illegal in some places and may expose you to scams, rigged games, and loss of money. These casinos often operate from tax havens and can vanish, leaving you with no way to retrieve your funds. We strongly suggest that you only play in certified online casinos, licensed by reputable agencies. You'll find a list of safe and verified casinos in your country in the video description below, many of which offer free bonuses to new players. For a secure gaming experience, stick to these trustworthy brands. As usual, I'm currently in Europe, so I will play in a European casino with euros, but obviously, this method can be played with any currency: dollars, pounds, euros, or anything else. Just make sure you're in a safe casino that is legal in your country. Alright, let's get rolling. Here we are folks, so as you can see, this is a roulette like any other, but with two key distinctions. First off, it flags the hot and cold numbers for us. The hot ones, based on recent spins, have come up more frequently, while the cold ones have not been out recently. The table highlights the cold ones in light blue and the hot ones in a reddish or dark brown hue. When targeting hot and cold numbers, this feature becomes vital. Moreover, this particular roulette has an intriguing gameplay element. Each single number's multiplier is randomly chosen each spin from a range, anywhere from 19 times to beyond 100 times. So, if a 100 times multiplier pops up, any single number pays out 100 times. If you hit it, of course. Pretty cool, right? However, to snag that juicy multiplier, you must nail a single number, ruling out tactics involving streets, double streets, or red and black bets. You have to zero in on single numbers. And that's where a hot and cold numbers strategy shines. Let's roll with it. I have 300 euros of balance, so I'll stake a basic bet of €1. But you can also start with just 10 cents. So we'll utilize this roulette feature which lets us bulk select hot and cold numbers. We'll select both sets. That gives us 8. So let's tack on another 6, picked more or less at random. Why both hot and cold? To cover our bases, be it a number that's been recurring or one that's been missing for a while. And why an extra 6 at random? Because with a total of 14 numbers, our odds of hitting one hover around 40%. The outcome is 25, so we missed. But had we won, that would have been a neat €30 profit in this round. Now, we don't double our bets in this strategy. We'll stake the same amount again. Oh shoot, I missed a split bet in there. Alright, we'll correct that after we placed our current bet. Naturally, a split bet, betting on two numbers, wouldn't bag the heightened multiplier but the standard one. So why exactly are we staking on 14 numbers? Because this is the mid-coverage variant of the multiplied hot numbers strategy. This tactic has three main flavours. Low coverage, where we'd bet on a few numbers, giving us a slimmer chance to win but a heftier profit when it happens. High coverage, where we spread our bets over numerous numbers, increasing our win chance but lowering the potential profit. And then there's mid-coverage, our current playstyle, staking on around 40% of the table, striking a balance between potential profit and win likelihood. I'll cover the other variations in upcoming videos. Alright, so we took another hit, putting us down by 28 euros. Let's switch up our bets. Typically, it's wise to do so every 2 to 3 spins as the hot and cold numbers shuffle. We'll follow our usual pattern, all the hot ones, all the cold ones, and then 6 random extras, making it 14 in total. No increasing the stakes even after a loss. We don't raise our bets doubling because the underlying principle is that sooner or later, 40% of the times with this mid-coverage variant, a big multiplier will come through, and if it's greater than 28, it'll cover our losses. Down here on the right, you can see the historical data. There's a decent number of 46 times and 50 times multipliers, which, in our scenario, would grant a profit. Let's see what pops up. And for this spin, the multiplier is a sweet 50 times. So if we win, we pocket 50 euros, fingers crossed. And we did it, folks. Bagged 50 euros, recovering our losses and even making an 8 euro profit. Let's stake the same amount again. As mentioned, it's wise to change bets after about 2 to 3 spins, but it's not set in stone. Yet again, the multiplier stands at 50 times, hoping for the best. Oh, tough luck. This round's a miss. Let's stick to our current bet. Of course, the risk with this strategy lies in hitting a losing streak that goes beyond 3 spins. We have around a 40% win rate with this coverage, and within this 40%, multipliers vary. If we had a constant 100 times, it'd mathematically be a sure win method. That would be nice, right? But no. Every round presents a different multiplier. This time it's a 34 times. These are still commendable multipliers, and their value hinges on one thing I'll dive into now. Meanwhile, jackpot. A handsome 34 times, which translates to 34 euros. And that boosts our total profit to 14 euros. Let's keep rolling with our current bet. Now, even 30 times multipliers are lucrative. It all depends on our losing streak. To offset one loss, we need a minimum of a 14 times multiplier. Given the lowest is 19 times, we're pretty comfortable on that front. If we're down twice, we'd need a 28 times, still pretty common. 3 losses would require a 42 times, and given how frequently 46 times and 50 times appear, that's manageable. After 4 losses, things get a bit tricky as we'd need a 56 times multiplier, and so on. In the meantime, we missed the mark because number 24 rolled out, and we didn't have that covered. Let's keep going. One last time with this bet. Okay, but we're not talking about hitting such a multiplier in one go. Even if you lose 3 times, if you win 3 consecutive multipliers at 22 times, you'd still net a profit of 24 euros. Considering multipliers of 30 times, 46 times, and 50 times commonly appear, we have roughly a 40% chance of landing them. It's not exactly a moonshot. This is a game where the strategy is to be ahead in the long run. We have to accept the losses and play with a big picture perspective instead of trying to recoup every lost cent with each win. And there we have it, a win at 46 times. So in about 6 minutes of playtime, I'm up by 32 euros. Now let's sum it up. As I've mentioned, this is more of a long-term game rather than a quick win. So there might be times when you're down for a while before you climb back up. The cons of this approach are, of course, that over the long haul, you're at the mercy of luck. In the grand scheme, wins or losses depend on the numbers that come up, and hence, it's all in the hands of Lady Luck. However, on the bright side, the chances of hitting high bonuses are pretty decent compared to other games, and without doubling down, you're less likely to lose a lot in a few rounds. To lose my balance of 300 euros, I'd essentially have to face 21 consecutive losses without any win in between, a rather unlikely scenario. Although, you never know in this world. Nothing is for certain. Alright folks, what are your thoughts on this method? I personally quite like it. A refreshing change from the usual martingale-based strategies. It's always good to experiment and shake things up. As I mentioned, this is a variation of the hot numbers method, and it itself has 2 other versions. In short, there are many other strategies and tweaks to explore. which we'll dive into in the coming months. So if you enjoyed this content, do subscribe. We'll soon release videos on blackjack, card counting, and other games like Crazy Time. I also remind you that in the link in the description, you can find a list of safe and certified online casinos in your country, which I recommend using if you want peace of mind and to avoid scams, rigged games, or even playing in illegal casinos in your country and having trouble with the law. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. See you soon, ninjas.